racing is a family sport, and at the 2013 Futurity, we saw that happen with 14-year-old Sheridan Clark, who just won the limited non-pro championship and over $11,000. At 14 years old, what does $11,000 do for your bank account?
Well, it's going to go into my college fund and everything, and, it's the biggest check I've ever won, and I was so excited and everything. I didn't expect it, I just kind of wanted to come in here, just come cut, not expecting to win or anything. There's a lot of great horses in here, and just wanted to get through a run just so my horse would be solid for tomorrow, because I got to show her tomorrow in the semis for the non-pro. And, I just didn't want to get her scared or anything. Just wanted to let her do her job and just not be scared and just have good cows, and it worked out all good. So
now your dad is Jason Clark, who's a professional trainer in the industry. He does a lot of work with Darren Blanton, the owner of Highbrow Cat. You rode a horse that is by Athena Putty Cat, and I understand that you had a birthday recently. Tell us a little bit about what happened with your birthday and how Athena Putty Cat's daughter came into your life.
Well, my dad had saw her at a pre-work, and he was trying to get her for Darren, and the guy that owner, his name's John Ayers, he was saying that already had somebody looking at her. And so my dad was like, okay, so he showed her in the open. He marked a 210, and just bad cows, and so my dad wanted to try her, and he was telling me he's trying her for Darren, so I was just like, okay. And my dad wanted me to work on the flag to see if she would work for somebody else, just see what it's like, when he's not on her, and see what she looks like. And I was like, okay. So I worked her, and she was awesome, she was just so good. And I was like, man, I know she's Darren's, but, and I asked my dad, I was like, can I get her ready for Darren and stuff, because I'd already fallen in love with her. She's so sweet and everything. And my dad was like, yeah, sure. So the next day, it's like a couple of days before my birthday, and my dad was like, so what do you want for your birthday? We're driving down to the barn. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. My dad's asking me, he's like, what do you want for your birthday? It's like, I don't know, just kind of whatever, I just didn't really care. And he's like, okay. And so we get out, and he's like, well, go get that new mare. And I was like, okay. And my papa had just made me a halter with my initials and stuff on it. And I go out there, and she's on the walker, and she has my halter on. I'm just like, and I always have my stuff, separated and everything from it. And I walk out, and she's got my halter on. I was like, okay. I never gave it a thought, that she could be mine, because Darren, I was so, set on that Darren bought her. And I walk into the arena, and I'm like, so they, running short on halters or something, because she has my halter on. My dad's like, no, it's your new Futurity horse. And I was so excited, I just, didn't expect it. And she's just such a good horse, And when he told me, I just kind of, it's at that moment, it's like, are you being serious, and I was just like, I almost started crying. I was just so excited, just didn't expect it at all. And we've gotten along. She's a good little mare. She's solid. She just does her job and just loves doing her job too.
Well, we watched you tonight. Your first 2 cows were almost mirror images of each other. She's got a lot of eye appeal. She works really well off her front end. And then the 3rd cow came along, and you had 10 seconds left. And that cow looked like it might have been a bit of a challenge. Looked like it could have been the tough one for you.
Well, when I quit my 2nd cow, I had 51 seconds left, and I turned around, and my dad and Roger was in my corner, and then my dad was in my other corner. They were like, you've got a lot of time left. And I had a black baldy binders that they wanted me to cut. She'd been acting good, and so I was like, okay. And she was on the back fence, and so they were just like, bring her all the way around and then bring her right up the middle. So I was like, okay. So I was trying to get her up, and she wouldn't move. She was just sitting there, and I couldn't get her up, and I kept pushing, and she just kind of just sat there. Well, there was a brownish black cow that was right in front of her, and they had liked that cow, so I just kind of just went through and cut her, and she walked right up the middle, and I had 8 or 9 seconds left when I put my hand down, and it just all kind of just fell into place.
Well, there we have it. Esmeralda's Putty Cat scoring a 220 to take home the limited non-pro championship with 14-year-old Sheridan Clark in the saddle.